You're not a streamer, but you might know a thing or 100 about video encoding, eh? Well, it seems to me like you have no idea what you're talking about. Clearly, this well-thought-out solution is just you spitballing. You have no clue. But yeah, okay, let's... Thank you for your help, though, seriously. Let me see how this works. Stand, clothing, Octopath. Okay. And we are live. Oh, isn't it cool how just clicking makes you instantly do something?
I will not let the hunt begin.
Absolutely no difference in quality. Beautiful. Let me just open up my stream so I can take a look as well. And you're muted. Great. Alright. Yeah, let me know if any of those wonderful artifacts pop up. But yeah, it looks good. You're some kind of magician.
I will not be thy prey.
You know of the technology magic. 6 point. No, I had 6K previously. Also the let me see, low latency quality. No, my quality was also set to high, I think. All right, bye. That makes a lot. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Well, hey, if that helps that much, I am only too happy to do it. You don't want to use a slow encoder preset with low latency. I know what that means. Alright, so why do you know all this anyway? Not that you have no right to or anything, but just like curious why you have that knowledge. You do video encoding stuff? Alright, well, I mean that...
He's a man grown, but still a boy within.
Alright, well sure, that makes perfect sense.
Be a dear, Hannet, and have Linda carry the poor fool within.
Linda? What?
He'll be catching his death of cold lying out in the snow like a log. How dost thou knowest my name? That's what you want to ask, isn't it?
If for streaming specifically, I moderate some Twitch channels, and I'm usually the tech support guy. Yeah, I can see why. You know your stuff. you are good tech support.
I'm a seer, remember? Possessed of the all-seeing eye. Or so they say.
Yes, thank you, Stream Elements.
Then thou art an oracle. Truly, thou will be able to help.
Poppycock and nonsense is all it is.
So far hasn't frozen. Good.
Poppycock?
Well, the good news is that since I stream other games as well, so...
Who communes with the beasts. Not a common sight in these parts.
Yeah, no, I stream other games as well, including FF14, obviously, so that'll be good. This is good.
The only one who might fit that description is that hobbledehoy, Xanta. Him or his prentice, Hannet of the Darkwood. Your age, your snow leopard, your garb.
So if you want to play something like FPS or an MMO, you want to bump up the bit. Is 6K good, or are you thinking something more like 5.5? 6K to 6.5 for 1080p. Okay.
The trick is to say what you know, and nothing more, and let the gullible fill in the details. That's all Susanna's famous all-seeing eye is, in the end. Well, disappointed to learn I'm just a fraud?
60 FPS, that... Yeah. I'm definitely not shooting for anything higher than that. I remember when, I mean, Twitch only did 60 FPS, but my computer was, like, chugging hard, trying to do, like, 120. So it was just a very bad time.
On the contrary.
Yeah,
I know I can trust thee.
Yeah, typically when it comes to just streaming, I set my FPS to 60, because, yeah.
If thou speakest the truth about this, then surely thou wouldst not speak false of aught else.
Fair befall you, but that Zonta lad raised a clever apprentice, and that's the truth.
Many people tell you if you go from 30 to 60 FPS, you need to double your bitrate, but that's simply not true. Interesting, interesting. I guess it couldn't be that simple, could it?
Now, why don't you tell me why you're here? But first, let's go inside, shall we?
It seemeth that would be for the best.
At 60 FPS, the image will change between frames much more than...
That young master of yours has managed to get himself into a right mess, hasn't he?
So it's more like 1.2 times the bitrate you need for 60 FPS. Oh, that is a marked difference, yeah. 1.2 versus like 2 times. Yeah, I usually frame in 60 FPS. That's a consistent for me. Yeah. So the image is way similar than the last frame when the frames are drawn more frequently, so there's not as much to draw. You're good at putting things in basic English that I can understand, because I can actually understand that. Interesting. Interesting.
Mistress Susanna, canst thou help in him?
And I know the words you're saying.
There is one way.
Man, like the streaming was a scuffed mess when I started, man. I had no clue what I was doing in terms of settings. And I mean, evidently, I'm only slightly better. But yeah, it used to be a lot worse.
Truth? Ah, now that's a word. You said you trusted me, remember?
If there is the slightest chance of lifting that curse, I will trust whomever I need to.
Right. Yeah, it turns out I'm only on Chapter 3 with Henit. But I mean, if Chapter 4 isn't much higher in terms of level, I'll probably just tackle that, because I really want to get her out of my party.
Milady?
Gods take my eyes if that fool hasn't raised a strong and brave young woman.
Chapter 4 is level 45. For her, I'm not too sure. If it is, then whatever, I'll still do it. That's not that big of a difference.
I'd scarce believe it if you weren't standing here in front of me.
I learned from his example, the good and the bad.
I have to say at the beginning, well, there's no definite answer to anything in video encoding. Everything completely depends on the content of the video. Yeah, which is why you do have to kind of alter your settings, I guess.
Is that so?
Is it just something that you kind of get a feel for as time goes on? Because like you kind of seem to know what hoops to shoot for, you know?
Can't imagine that would work, but the world is full of wonders at that. Isn't that so, my dear?
It is.
But about the curse.
Right, yes, that thing we came here
I am
for.
prepared for any trial.
There is but one way to turn stone back to living flesh. And that is to slay the beast that wrought the curse.
Oh, fuck. I guess I should have known.
I had feared as much, but it shall be done.
You just gotta know what it means if X happens and do Y. Yeah, that's kind of fair. Your delay reduced by 3.5 seconds. Bro, really? Wow. I guess in that aspect, it's kind of similar to cooking. It's like I'm a half-decent cook, but it's just because you kind of know what... I mean, you made cinnamon rolls, so obviously you know what you're doing too. But it's like, you just kind of know how ingredients interact, and if a taste is a certain way, you have to know what to add to adjust it another way. Like most things in life.
Stay, child. I'm not finished yet.
Latency to broadcaster 0.90. Damn.
Did Zonta forget to teach you patience?
Mine apologies.
If you try to fight the beast as you are, you'll only meet the same fate as your master.
That makes sense.
And what good will you be to him then?
I used to be a chef, but switched to software engineer. Your explanations are they're just like, I'm just like, oh, yeah, no, that makes perfect sense. It's like, wow, you stay up really late. Yeah, it works out that way. I'm kind of allergic to the sun. Oh, yeah, okay. Oh, I mean, you made cinnamon rolls, so obviously you know what you're doing. Oh, yeah, well, I used to be a chef by profession. Oh, yeah, okay, that makes sense. Never gonna work in a kitchen in my life anymore. Any reason for that? I heard a kitchen can be quite a place to work in.
But I must...
It's just, yeah, that's basically what I've heard. It's really rough.
Protect yourself from Red Eye's lethal power. Tell me, dear, have you heard of a plant called Herb of Grace?
No, but you'll tell me about it.
Never.
First of all, it's hot as fuck back there. I'd imagine, yep.
Long ago, there was a beast in these parts too, what turned men to stone. Folks here soon learned that Herb of Grace could ward off the magic. I reckon it should be effective against Red Eye as well. Herb of Grace grows in a forest so thick there are few ways in. I'll send a layak ahead to show you the entrance to the
A layak. That makes sense, a layak. You gotta wake up at 6 a.m. to prep for 10 a.m. lunch service.
But know that the forest is a perilous
And you get home at 4
and
p.m.
home to many frightful beasts.
What are the breaks like? Like, do you get decent breaks? Because I've never heard that like chefs or anyone that works in the back kitchen gets decent breaks.
You want to prepare well before you venture in.
I shall.
Yep, there we go. Breaks? Can you use that in a sentence?
Thank thee, milady.
It is my pleasure, dear. In a strange way, that Xanta boy was like a son to me. A vexing, wayward one, but a son all the same.
You just find a minute to put something in your mouth to not starve to death. That feel when you're in the kitchen making food, but you're working so hard that you don't get time to eat, so you would starve to death in the kitchen of all places.
With you being his prentice, it rather makes you my grandchild now.
Aw.
And what kind of a grandmother would I be if I refused to lend you a helping hand?
Master and I are both in thy debt.
Well then, I guess we have our mission. I don't think the stores have anything here that I need, yeah? I prefer the critical. I do like the elemental attack increase. Losing a bit of physical defense kind of sucks, but... Usually there's not many people working in a normal restaurant, so if food needs to be going out, you aren't going to be having breaks. These days, even less so. There's a little cafe that's, there's a small cafe that's nearby me. I like always pass it on the way home. And like today when I passed it, when I was going by in the morning, they have a hiring sign at the front, and it's just like, it is hiring for pretty much every position in the kitchen. It's ridiculous. Why? And I thought Herb of Grace was gone from this world. Even botanists believe the plant was long extinct. To think it still grows in these wintry wastes, 'tis a miracle or near enough. Yes, this is why a true scholar should not confine himself to his office. Who knows what great discoveries await in far-flung frontiers? It pleaseth me that thou findest joy in this quest. And yet that Susanna woman. What of her? Well, I was just most impressed to encounter one so wise and astute. And her name, it sounds familiar somehow. I must review my tomes when this journey is over. Oh, one more pro tip, mostly for later in the game. When you get items with very specific special effects or resistances, you don't want to be selling those because you can't get them back. You will have too much money at some point anyways. It took me a while to hit that point. Longer than I thought it would in, than I thought it would in, like, MMOs, in, RPGs. I will say that. Items with very specific special effects or resistances. Alright. I will do my best to remember that. Selling hasn't really netted me much money in terms of, like, selling old equipment and stuff, so that's definitely not a problem for me. Looks like we're going this way. Windy. Like, really windy. Even if you get a powerful item that replaces your old one, don't instantly sell the old one ever. Okay. I will take that advice to heart. Treasure? Oh, I will say one minor annoyance that I have. The purple chests that you need Therion in your party to open. I don't like those. I don't like that they're a thing.
Come in, if thou darest.
Like, yeah, that's not good design. I'm not gonna, like, be, oh, there's a purple chest here. Be right back. Yeah, I thought it would be for any thief. And I was down for that. That would have been great. But no, it's just Therion specifically. I'm like, what? But why? There are so many purple chests out there that I've left behind. I'm not gonna go back and get them. And they probably have pretty decent stuff. How good are you? Oh, I kind of want that. Arrow? Arrow!
I'll do my best.
Yeah, and some of them in areas that are yeah, that's true. That is also true. Just, yeah, that's very, very questionable. Don't like permanently missable stuff, especially when it's like, oh, you didn't have this dude in your party. That's not a good reason. What's your other weakness? Fire. What? Obviously. Obviously, it's fire.
Come in, if thou darest.
Now then.
No lag so far. Good, good, good.
Come in, if thou
I am only too glad to hear that. I guess if it's fine for 18 minutes in a snowy area, it's gonna be fine. Yeah, snowy areas, or better yet, a tavern in a snowy area is like the stress test.
My turn now.
Oh, you guys are kind of tough, actually. Well, not all taverns, but some of them had this weird habit of just, like, destroying my frames. I don't remember which towns exactly, but some of them did that. Don't know why. Dagger. Yeah, I have no idea why. Like I said, it's not frequent enough for me to be like, I hate this, but it does happen. Oh. Y'all got teeth. Okay. Okay. All right.
An interesting dilemma.
Hmm. Okay, that's good.
My turn now. Bring about a miracle of healing.
We sure did.
The battle is truly joined. Use this.
I'll not be defeated. Here I go.
Yeah, let's see what happens.
What do you think will happen?
Good. Good. Good dance.
Come.
Ah!
Now, what next?
reflecting on
I've been needing to ask this from someone for a while. Go on.
The battle is truly joy.
You've done so much, I will hear you out. How gated is the content in FF? Define gated. Oh, perfect. And I'm assuming you mean FF. That was a 90% success rate. And I'm assuming you mean FF14.
Well then,
That was 90%. Bruh.
let your wounds be healed.
Have at you.
Eh.
My blade is unbending. I think not.
What next?
Hey, monthly sub, log in 4 times per month to clear the raids equals... Ah, okay. Okay, so here's the thing. Let me preface this by saying I am definitely not an endgame raider. I don't do any of the endgame raids because they don't really interest me enough. But, I would say there's like more than enough stuff to do in the game outside of raiding to keep you interested. One of my friends is an endgame raider, and I am... Because like when you run raid, you either get the item that you want, like a piece of gear will drop and you roll on it, or an item that you can use to exchange to get a piece of gear will drop. That's guaranteed. You will always get that item you can exchange. Right? Yeah, that will always happen. And you only need like I think 8 of those items. And I don't think there's no cap on getting those items, so I don't think it's really gated in that sense. But that's a very rough explanation. Oh man, now I gotta break him, man.
Letting my arrow fly and true.
Played Terra very seriously in 2014. Terra, I tried getting into that, but I don't know, I couldn't do it.
Have at you.
I guess it just wasn't for me.
I think not.
I will not be defeated. No, you will not.
Letting my arrow.
Well, they're dead.
the hunt ends.
I love the combat system. The game was very badly optimized, though. Really? How so? Because, like, when I say I barely got into it, I got, like, level 10 or something. And then I was just like, nah. Oh, badly optimized in that sense. 6 months ago? Really? That's it? It took them that long? That's a bit of a yikes. They were very comfortable with their spaghetti code, I see. You needed end-of-the-line PC to run it in 2014. Like best everything. Grim whiteness as far as the eye can seeth. Yeah, Terra was heckin' pretty, I remember that much. 'Tis colder here, too. The wind cutteth to the bone.
Come on.
This way. You talk.
Now then.
A trail.
Mm-hmm.
A secret path only the mistress knows. It leads straight to the heart of the forest. Out here, the snow never melts. It covers landmarks and makes every direction look much like the other. The herb of grace grows somewhere deep in the forest. But be wary. Many dangerous fiends lurk within. That is why Susanna keeps the knowledge of this path a secret. What was, Yeah, I guess since you play Terra very seriously, what was endgame rating like there? So thou dost speakin', and as well as any man. No raids, only 5-man dungeons? Only when I have something to say.
Thanks be to thee.
Will that more people in this world follow with the same principle? Go carefully. I have not seen Susanna look so happy for many a year. Pray return safely that you might bring her more joy. You're great, I like you.
Thou hast my thanks.
I shall. But, okay, let's say there was a dungeon released. It stayed oh, fuck, okay. Oh, it's one of those. Okay. Okay, so to clarify, FF14 obviously has dungeons as well, but none of them are like even half that serious. Dungeons are meant to be breezed through mostly. Obviously people die in them still. but they're just meant to be breezed through in like 20 minutes. So that though, it's not like that anymore. Ah, but it was like that. Interesting. So they chose to put emphasis on dungeons for their endgame. Curious. So you said, okay, you were in the first group to clear that dungeon in EU. How long did the dungeon itself take you? Not like all together, obviously, but how long did that particular run take, would you say? Last boss was, oh my god. I owe her that much and more. I will prevail. It had 3 bosses. Oh, hey, look! Look, it's the bad design chest! Fucking... Oh, I thought there was a path there. There's not. We grinded the dungeon to learn it 12 hours a day for 8 days until we got it. Man, it must have been great when you did get it. I will say what you were describing, pretty much exactly what FF14 endgame raids are like, in that they need to be studied. You got to know what you're doing. There's got to be coordination, all that stuff. So that much is very similar. You were a 5-man guild. Oof.
Can't we settle this like gentlemen?
Oh, I didn't notice those bushes in the back.
What next?
All right, how strong are you guys? Competing with the big ones on the server. And y'all still managed to clear it first, so I mean, that says a lot. The salt was real? Oh, lay it on me. I love hearing about some good salt. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that your second weakness is gonna be fire. I was dead wrong. Okay.
I will cut you down.
People were struggling to get the best weapon in the patch. Okay, okay.
I'll do my best.
No.
Meanwhile, we were gearing our... Just really rubbing it in their faces, eh?
What next?
Hey, listen, you put in the work and you get the gear. That's how it goes.
I'll not be defeated.
Maybe they just needed to work harder. That's funny.
The battle is truly joined.
L2P to win. Nice. And then they kind of casualed it. Yeah, okay, okay.
I will cut you down.
That seems to be a bit of an inevitability.
Come in.
Actually, you can just use this now, can't we?
Cowering before the huntress. The hunt endeth.
Is there anything in particular that you play now? Yeah, it started with them nerfing the content straight away when... Oh, well then. Unfortunately, yeah. Not hardcore stuff is what gets the people to come. Okay, but I see you over there. Oh, yeah, here we go. Oh, I don't like those mushrooms. Jurgen!
Interesting dilemma.
Plus, a little bit of a competitive League of Legends. Competitive League of Legends ARAM, you say? Interesting. I played League myself a bit, but the community. I'll leave it at that.
Great inferno. Scorch the land.
Letting my arrow fly.
High eel air. Honestly, I bet it is. I bet you are correct about that. Because that's when people just still have fun with stuff. Ah, and you? Like, what's all this about? Ooh, nice. That is some good A-ramming. No, no capture. Slice the bush.
My turn now.
Trying to get Challenger in ARAM. Okay, okay. Because ARAM's like a wildly different thing compared to Summoner's Rift, obviously, so I can definitely see why you have fun with it. Ooh. Eh. Obviously, it's unofficial rank system. Ah. Well, yeah, I mean, Rat's not gonna do that.
I will cut you down.
Imagine.
Letting the hunt
It'd be nice if they did, I agree. Definitely agree. Stab him.
The battle is truly. My blade is unbending.
Oh, oh no, that's a single foe.
letting my arrow fly and true. Aim and focus.
Beautiful.
Well then,
Everyone at this level is just playing to get better and rank up. You mean they do all that without, like, screaming at each other like 10-year-olds and telling each other to, like, uninstall? I genuinely like League for its gameplay, man, but just the, the community. Oof.
Letting my arrow
Oof.
fly and true. The hunt endeth.
Ah, good. A level up for Hanit. Person who needed it most. People just take him, which I believe is the key. Like, obviously, I'm not saying don't treat it like anything. It's a game. You want to win, sure. But, like, relax. Also, just relax a bit. Oh boy, bet I know where the fight's gonna take place. Rock Cleaver. I have that. Yeah, we're good. Okay, what I think it is the fact that everyone who plays ARAM ranked plays it for themselves and not to show off, because there's no...
I will not be defeated.
Touche! That's a good point. That's a good point. So, yeah, you are... Yeah, that's right. That's true. That is indeed a good point. Oh, no, that's... Wait. There we go.
The peacock struck.
Yeah, that's... And nobody cares else cares except the others who do it.
Letting my arrow fly and true.
It's pretty funny, because I had this discussion with a friend of mine who also, when he plays League, he just, like, plays ARAM, because people just, you know, it's more fun. So, yeah, I get what you're saying. It's a small community. Do you see familiar faces sometimes? Ah. That's kind of nice in a way.
The battle is truly joined. I will cut you down.
Well then,
Eh. Same people every day. Nice.
An interesting dilemma.
Letting my arrow fly and true.
Stop murdering Cyrus.
Letting the hunt.
Only bad thing about it is that I miss the more casual ARAMs where you control a bit, eh? I have 14 accounts on a EU server. Doesn't matter which one I log into. It automatically see at least automatically. Are they all like that rank or something? Is this all because you are an ARAM god? Oh. Oh, Smurf Q. Okay. I like my headcanon more, but I guess that's fair. Wait, no shit, it does that? I didn't think it was that advanced. Okay, let's do this.
The Herb of Grace. This is all I need.
They have a system to detect it's the same player on a different account, and I don't really want int games to lower it. Yeah, fair. You get the people that do that, man.
A dragon? This place is a dragon's lair?
Evidently.
I have heard the legends, and Master's tales too, but to see one in the flesh... I scarce imagined this day would cometh, but cometh it has.
I kinda wonder what this red-eye thing even looks like. Oh shit, flashback.
Yes. Did I ever tell thee about the time I went dragon hunting in the Clifton's?
4 times now, and the tale getteth longer with each telling.
Small hat needs adorable. 2500 is around middle ground on the gray area between casuals and tryhards, but after there's only tryhards. So, okay, question. How tryhard do people go in ARAM?
I suppose each time I remember more of the thrilling...
Obviously not as much as
details.
Summoner's Rift, I take it, but like, how tryhard do they really go?
Master, this world
What?
is not big
No.
enough for all the
What?
giant beasts thou hast huntedest.
No way! That's a thing?
Thou believest me not, and yet I really did.
What in the... Stopping this!
He's
Why?
adorable!
Do I smell so foul?
People suicide to damage the turrets as much as they can before... Ah! The strats. I see.
Oh, art thou blushing? Do I embarrass the... Ah!
Don't ben a fool.
If thou insistest. But listen, my girl.
So everyone knows dead turret you can't bring back. Yeah, when you put it that way, that makes sense, doesn't it?
Hunters fighteth many kinds of beasts, some so wondrous and astounding thou canst scarce imagine them. When thou art older, thou too will have tales that no one will believeth, but thou must still keeps them. Some will haunt thy dreams, some will maketh thee snorten with laughter whenever thou recallst them. But let me tell thee this, Honnet.
What is it, Master?
Even when thy tale is so improbable and fantastic that not one man thinketh it the truth, thou canst tell it to me, and I will believe every word.
I just like the fact you learn so much about different champions and stuff playing ARAM a lot. True, because you definitely get to do things that you wouldn't be doing in Summoner's Rift. That was another thing my friend brought up. And you can do stress tests and buy items and stuff. So yeah, I get it.
Thou shalt hear in this tale, Master, over and again, until thou beggest me to stop, just as thou didst to me.
Listen to this one sentence that summarizes for you. Let's take a listen. Oh, it opened over here. They'll take crappy picks and turn them into good picks. High Elo ARAM. The dragon scales are impenetrable. Or so they seem. Oh, that thing's defense is definitely... the hits to break its defense, rather, are definitely going to get higher. Support least sit... Okay, I can see it. Alright, well, what other weaknesses do you have? sword that we cannot access. But I do have axe.
I'll do my best.
Because Lee only good early on regardless of items. Facts. Yes, he's an early, definitely an early game champ. Light? Oh, wow. How about that?
The battle is truly joy.
Hey.
Letting the
Hey.
hunt begin.
Hey, no, give him back. What do you mean? Give him back. What do you mean no? Return him. He is mine. What the hell?
This is the one.
Have at you.
He's just straight up removed from battle. All right. I'm very upset about this.
If thou holding back nothing.
Cowering before the huntress.
Neat.
Have at you.
I'm struggling to keep in mind what you said. Just like use whatever does most damage. You don't have to use your weakness. What I say is more try hard than Rift is people never go AFK or surrender. They will do literally anything to. I get that because I mean I've been in A round games too, obviously, and it's just like it's not too hard to turn the tides. It just takes like one particularly bad move for everything to just go to shit.
Watch my blade dance.
My turn now.
Sure wish I could use Analyze to find out your other weakness.
What next? Better than a snare.
Dragon is wounded and also ouch.
Have at you.
Yesterday won a game where we got aced at our Nexus 5 Hunter and enemies didn't end. Ooh, that is my favorite kind of BM. It's like y'all should have just ended, but okay, sure.
What next?
If that's what you want to do. Oh, his bow weakness is covered up. That is unfortunate. I need to get more things.
I will not be defeated. Bring about a miracle.
You're like 30 kills ahead of us. And the idiots didn't. I never do that in those games. I never do the whole BM thing. I'm just like, no, end it. End it. End it. What are you doing? End it. I ain't here to play like that. End it.
Well then,
Oh, it looks like Cyrus is coming back. Oh, he is back. He's right there. Good for him. In that case,
the peacock struck.
Letting my arrow fly in truth.
oh, that's kind of a bigger problem.
An interesting dilemma.
But yeah, 5 times they could have finished and our team didn't surrender or give up. That's what I like about A-Ret. Jeez. That is some kind of hubris. Like, you really should end at that point. Just saying. Oh, ice. Good. Just like Pokemon. Except Cyrus doesn't have anything that works against this thing right now. Alright, well, whatever. Dancers? What do you mean? Yeah. Oh God, you're right. It's like dancers. What is he talking about? How did I forget already?
Shall be mine. Out of my way. My focus is unparalleled.
No. Alright, help. Poison does do a lot of damage in this game to enemies and you. It hurts.
Have at you.
Is it? Yeah. Okay, I got it.
Watch my blade dance.
Let him come,
All right, let's do this again.
cowering before the huntress.
Beautiful. Uh-oh. Oh, you're not covering any of your weaknesses, though. Hmm. Yeah, see, it goes in a few. Okay, all right. 10. Super fun. Just got to wail on it a bunch. I love it. I love it.
Use this.
All right, this should do the trick.
Miracle of healing.
Bless the team cleric. Bruh,
The battle is truly joy.
you're being real rude and I don't appreciate it, Durgan. I really wish you were weak to pole arms, but you're not. I really wish you were. Oh, I gotta get more sheep. That's unfortunate. How much poison tick? We're gonna see in a couple seconds.
It's me.
636. Not bad considering it was poisoned for like, what, 7 turns or something? Yeah, so that adds up. In fact, its name is already yellow, so that's great. Bruh.
What next?
Oh, it's gonna go again.
Using this.
God damn it. That's so annoying.
My turn now.
They're just down a person. That's less attacks I can do. And no dancers.
Have at you.
Coming. If
Oh, well, it's Silberg. He can take it.
coming. If thou
Oh,
darest.
so that's basically just AFKing stuff while doing other things. Yeah, that sounds like the MMO life.
Raining arrows up on them.
Well then. This is the one.
Wait, can I use this? Yeah, I can.
I wreak havoc upon thee.
Neat.
Now then.
Let him.
Oh, it's not level 3. Oh, what do you have?
I'll take what I need.
Jam, of course. The thing all dragons carry. I think all the bosses have jam. What? All right, fine. Fine. It's kind of like how all the spirits have the stones, but I guess I get it. The story bosses have jam. I guess they had to give him something, question mark. I'm thinking. More coffee? All right.
Please protect us.
Oh, there's Cyrus.
Visits me.
Dragon spreads its wings wide.
The battle is truly joy.
We are probably gonna have to put an end to that.
Let
Imagine the hunt beginning.
Rain of arrows. All right, that was pretty good. That was pretty good.
Well then,
Yeah, what do you have? Nothing that works against him, besides light. Okay, Cyrus.
What is the logic?
Oof. Okay, stopped whatever it was doing.
What next? Holding back nothing, cowering before the huntress.
Now,
You know what? Nah. This thing cannot be long for this world.
Come in, if thou darest.
Now then. Watch my blade dance.
well then. Let your wounds be healed.
You're probably gonna use Dragonfire or something. Yep. That's why I healed.
friends,
But that's about it.
I am so
Using this.
So yeah, I had nobody to ask about the FF content gating. Yeah, fair enough, fair enough. But yeah, as far as content gating goes, I don't believe there is any. There are probably better authorities to ask. I can't think of any off the top of my head, but I don't think it's very, very bad.
Bring about a miracle of healing.
The 7 hours to finish daily dungeon. Good lord. That is a chonky daily.
Using this.
But yeah, I guess in a way that makes it not a problem, so. You know what? I'm fine with old brick being taken. I'm okay with that. There are worse things that could have happened.
Let your wounds be healed.
Nobody does them all. It sounds like a lot, so understandable.
The hunt beginning.
Oh, okay.
The hunt endeth.
Ooh-wee. But yeah, usually, at least for my friend,
Is it so?
yeah, at least for my friend, it's just basically he joined a static. He has like a static raid. They get together like once every they get together like every 2 days or something, and they wail on a boss and they get the items and they're good to go. That's about it. Is it done? Have I slain a dragon? Yeah. Our 5-man static was a bit evidently. This must be the Herb of Grace. Now to leave this forest and... Oh. Wolves?
Come in, Linda.
It's alright, Linda. The monsters are gathering here. The dragon that ruled this forest hath been slain.
Not yet.
They will not attack us. Not for a while yet. Come in, Linda. Susanna will have been waiting word from us. Now that I have the herb, I can finally face Red Eye. And save Master from that dreadful curse. Rawr. I still wonder to this day how is it possible to find 4 other people who are ready to log in every day around 10 a.m. and grad till 5 p.m. If it wasn't for the fact that you were here existing, I would say impossible. But here you are.
Thou waited for me? Susanna only asked thee to show us the way in.
I have my own mind. A man can tarry where he likes, can't he?
Sometimes someone took a day off and that was absolutely fine, but...
Anyway, I'm done tearing. Suppose I'll go on ahead.
Okay, buddy.
I most appreciate your concern.
Well, I just...
So 60, we were all 5. Man, that is crazy.
What a strange man.
Yeah, that kind of thing is what's the term? Unspeakably rare. Makes me wanted to try Terra more casually with a couple of friends. Oh, is Terra one of those games that you think you'd probably enjoy more if you just went in casual again? Because I can think of another game like that. I don't know how familiar you are with Dungeon Fighter, but that's the game.
Ho ho!
So, a dragon. Oh, well, yeah, it's one of those games that's just like, it's a massive time sink, and there's like so much that you can do every day, and there's like fear of missing out and all that kind of stuff. I feel like if you can play casually, you'll enjoy it, but I think it's kind of rare, but I enjoy wiping. Friend, you will enjoy FF. I typically don't push too hard when there's something I like and there's someone that might want to try it. But from what I know of you so far, and like you playing Terra and all that kind of stuff, I think you would enjoy FF14. As a boy, I heard many a tale of dragons and the valiant knights who vanquished them. And yet I thought the age of dragons was long past. Never did I imagine I would set eyes upon such a beast. Master saith he once hunted a dragon, if only the once. Now that is a tale I would very much like to hear, if that is thy wish. But knowest thou that Master's story's grown more fanciful with every telling? He suddenly recalleth that the dragon can speak, or weaveth dreadful magic, or burneth a company of knights with one breath, or smasheth castle walls with a single fell blow. Yet still, he doth bear scars on his back from the dragon's claws. They at least aren't true, if little else of his tale is. I see. Then you and he have accomplished the same mighty deed. Yes, though he hath many faults, I cannot deny, and he is a great hunter. But now it is as if I have stepped out of his long shadow to stand in alone in the sun. You have lofty goals, I can see that, but you are one step closer to them now. Yeah, but pretty sure I don't have friends who would be. Yeah, that's the hard. That is arguably the hardest pill to swallow. Because like I was back when I played mostly free-to-play games, I was big on just like, oh, a sub? I don't want to pay a sub in a base game. No, that's too much money. But then I did it. I took the plunge. I tried it, and then you realize you're basically paying for quality. Like this is probably heavily biased in just my opinion, but FF14 is pretty high quality as far as gameplay goes. Yeah, just my opinion. Other people might disagree, but I would like to have all my friends. Yeah, for sure. Friends make the MMO. I get it. Who knows if I would have stuck around if I didn't have my friends there. For the combat system, FF and Terra seem very similar. Because Terra, it was a very long time ago that I played it, but Terra has like a system of like chaining attacks, right? Like you're supposed to use another attack after using a certain attack. Aha! Then I'm thinking of the wrong thing. Fear my memory. Oh, I'm not?
Oh?
Oh, then non-ironically fear my enemy. Memory. Wow. The game has pre-configured attack chains that you turn off at level 1. Oh! Okay, gotcha. There she is. Found the Herb of Grace, did you, child?
I'll do what I
Here,
can.
give it to me. It needs to brew for a spell before it'll work right.
Thou hast my thanks.
Thank thee. Herb get. Yeah, okay. That is exactly what it was. I remember
And
that.
then?
So, how did it feel to slay your first dragon? Thou knewest it was there? Listen, dear. If you couldn't slay that dragon, you wouldn't have a cinder's hope in a blizzard of surviving an encounter with Red Eye. Yeah, but from what I've seen, the two are very... Yeah. Because FF14 also has those, like, attack chains and everything, but you actually, like, have to use them. Or at least it's strongly recommended you do. Thou art not a woman to coat with her words and sugar, art thou? Never seen much point in it, my dear. I think FF is more strategically demanding, while Terra is more mechanically demanding. Interesting. Okay. I've not seen much endgame Terra stuff, so I guess I can't really drop that same judgment. But yes, FF is FF is pretty high on strategy and coordination. Like your personal performance in terms of like knowing your character mechanically, it's there. Obviously, you do have to know how to play your character well. But more than anything, you have to like basically know where to stand when a certain thing happens. There's a lot of coordination. Entire parties will die because you were standing in a place that you weren't supposed to stand. Yeah, okay. Now why don't you tell me about that dragon while we wait for the herb to brew? As thou wishest.
Indeed.
Well, I never. So tell me, dear, how does it feel to tell the tale?
Well,
I was never much for talking. It was Master who taught me how to weave stories. Oh, that lad was a tongue-tied fool in his youth as well. This and that. He could scarcely put two words together. Surely he was not that bad.
indeed.
Trust me, dear. What grain of eloquence he now possesses was drummed into him by yours truly. How should I say this? Okay. I'd think twice before you tell him your tale. He might be jealous to hear you speak so beautifully.
Well.
'Tis true that he doth not enjoy being shown up in anything. The non-ask-rape tier endgame content is definitely more about knowing your character and being so... Ah! Okay. Yep, I see what you're saying. I definitely see what you're saying, yep. More about knowing your character. You be sure to quaff it down in one gulp the moment Red Eye's foul curse strikes you. Oh, this is going to be an actual thing, huh?
My thanks.
Thank thee.
Oh dear.
Too soon for that. You can thank me once Xanta is back to his old self again.
Understood.
Very well. Herb of Grace times 10. Oh, this is going to be an actual item. Oh. Actually, I probably should have given that to Henny. Here's a single individual oh boy. Yeah, that's going to be a thing. This is going to be an actual thing in the battle. Okay. Okay. Let's see. But most people don't dwell into the content that gets so difficult you must have a static to have a chance of clearing. Okay. So FF14 basically has like, it's almost kind of the same thing. It has endgame content called Savage Raid, that which most people have statics for, but you're also able to just kind of like join up in a party with randoms. People will like post a party up on a list, and then people will join that, and then they'll tackle it. So you can do that. And then there's ultimate raids, which are, looking for group, And then there's ultimate raids, which is like the hardest of the hard. You need like near perfect coordination, and you need it for like 20 minutes or something. These fights take a while, and they're very hard. That's the kind of stuff that people will straight up have statics for. So it kind of goes both ways there too. One thing I do like about it, about the raids in general, is the fact that like, how do I put this? The gear you get is for further raiding. It's not necessary for the story. Like, it's not even close to necessary. You can literally just like buy stuff off the market board that you can use to run regular dungeons. I like it when raiding is fully optional. Playing your character decently and playing it perfectly is like 5 times more DP. Okay, yeah, see? Yeah, oh yeah, I absolutely get that. Because that relates to the other game I talked about, DFO. Because like in FF14, the, I guess the term is the floor. The floor for playing your character well, like moderately well, is very, very low. It's usually super simple. But if you like pull off all the little things, then you'll do more. You'll do better. It won't be like astronomically better, but it'll be okay. Oh, it's you. You can beat a max gear player in mid-tier. Ooh, that is an excellent feeling. Ooh, I like that.
At your service.
So,
I bear word from Lady Eliza.
and it's about the Fiend Red. So, okay. That right there is probably why I personally am not a huge fan of endgame rating. Well, it's one of the reasons that I'm not a huge fan of endgame rating in FF14. Because FF14 raids, like I said earlier, it rewards your strategy and it rewards your I used the word and I already forgot it. Cohesion? Coherence? Thank you, coordination, that's the word. Again, fear my memory. But yeah, and it rewards your coordination, which is great in its own way. I have no personal beef against that. I think it's fine the way it is. It's just not for me. I don't want to die because some other party member, like, screwed up repeatedly or something.
She hath found it?
Oh?
Yes, near the desert city of Marceline. She awaits you there.
Oh yeah, this is going to be the end of the Hanit's thing.
And that is where I will go. Thank thee.
Oh boy.
If you will excuse me, milady.
Bye.
Taking your leave so soon?
Yes, it is time. I apologize for any burden I may have caused thee.
My pleasure, dear. There's always room under this roof for my favorite granddaughter. The burden of family is no burden at all.
Thank thee. Looking after her, Alaic.
You don't have to tell me. That is my duty, and it will be done.
Another thing that contributes to the mechanically heavy part in Terra is a lot of content is designed around... really? And iframes are... So, okay, that's purposefully designed then. So say you're playing a DPS character in a 5-man group.
Indeed.
Unless there's a DPS check and a boss, you can basically... Oh, see, I like that. I like that. I really do. I like stuff like that. There is not enough stuff like that in FF14 for me, but yeah. You get hit once, hey, I mean, that's fine. Bring it on.
Cleverness, you are as naive as a babe in the woods. You're a pretty girl. Not the beauty I was in my younger days.
Yeah, no, I legitimately like stuff like that because only recently did FF14 start to make a little tiny bit of content like that, but that's for another time. Sometimes there are mechanics that are impossible to solo, of course, yeah. But it's very skill heavy. Beautiful.
But I will hold you up with my prattle no longer. Go in safety, my dear.
See, I like that. I like, because like if you play your character really well, like you know your shit in FF14, then yeah, you'll do more damage. But it's not like you're going to be some god capable of doing anything alone on that character, because a lot of stuff just simply isn't built for that. And that is it's not so great for me. But like I said also earlier, there's so much other shit to do in FF14 that I'm hardly going to hold it against it.
Thank thee. When the hunt is done, I shall return, and Master with
me. And so does Honey leave still snow behind her. Her quest has now become a hunt. To save her master, she must slay the beast they call Red Eye. With this knowledge, she strides towards her next destination, the city of Marceline, surrounded by the sand of the Sunlands. Have I been there already? So there's a dungeon queue system which is basically full of people who won't be accepted to looking for groups for one reason or another. Queuing up there is the real test. Ah, that I'm familiar with. Probably got to check out your stats and everything, yeah? Have I been there? Yeah, check that gears. Okay, yep. Anit, where's your chapter? Oh. Yep, 45. You were right. Okay, so that was 2 stories done, so that's probably going to be the end of my stream. Because you can queue with stupid gear and setups. Okay. That was an excellent talk. Thank you. You were great to talk with. I learned so much about Terra that I would not have otherwise known. Been thinking about trying FF. If not tomorrow, either tomorrow or the day after, I don't know, because I usually try to stream around this time that I'm streaming right now, and I stream FF 14 a lot, right? So, but I don't know if I have the patience to get through the story. There is definitely story. If you're just looking for gameplay, I suppose you can skip the story. It does take a while because, and basically, like Square said this themselves, like it's a Final Fantasy game before it's an MMO. It's always going to be about the story. That doesn't mean you have to like the story, but it is going to be there. My personal best on Terra from level 1 to max is 2. Wait, what's the max level in Terra? Ooh. I play DPS healer at 70 now. It used to be 60. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, no, you can skip cutscenes, but even then it will take you a bit. So just definitely be aware of that, because I'm not going to sugarcoat that. I would only hope that the gameplay would be enough to keep you there, and I don't know how you'll convince them, but I hope your friends play with you, because again, I know an MMO is a lot better when you have friends with you. I played MapleStory for years. I wouldn't have even played MapleStory for months if I didn't have friends. How was the leveling part? Okay, it depends. There are dungeons. Instance dungeons are part of the quests. So you can level up from those. But I will say, just, like, trying to just kind of like bull rush your way through leveling probably isn't going to work. They are party dungeons. They're all party dungeons. You'll have instances that are part of the story where it's just you'll be in your own little instance map, then you'll have to do some kind of objective. Those are solo, but dungeons are always party. Yeah. It's definitely the sort of thing that it's best to kind of like take casually in my opinion. But I mean, you can hardcore it if you want. So kind of the same as Terra. From what I've heard, yes, the games have a lot of similarities. DPS healer, solo the dungeon, cute. Oh, wow. Jeez. Yeah, that's definitely not a thing you can do in FF14. And you also will have to wait in queues, unless you're a healer. Healer queues are always instant because no one wants to heal. Basically, everything before max level is tutorial. Ah, yeah, it's one of those. Okay. No, I wouldn't even say FF14 is the same in that aspect, because most of the game is fairly easy or straightforward. Things only are really hard if you start going into, like, Savage Raid and stuff. Why stream black? Stream black because the stream's done, Reverb. So you can clear the dungeon before a normal party gets past first trap. Jeez. Alright, I see. Yeah, you missed it, buddy. I'm sorry. I'll probably be streaming tomorrow or the day after. Probably. With correct build, etc. It sounds like that comes down to, like, your, correct me if I'm wrong, it comes down to, like, your personal skill too, yeah? Like, I imagine if you're already pretty good at the game and you know what you're doing, you can kind of just, like, blast through it. Gotcha. again, like I really do enjoy that aspect. I like that a lot of it is tied to your personal skill. Obviously, it doesn't get you everywhere, but it's a big part of it. I like that a lot. Yeah, like that's no joke. I love hearing stuff like that. Ah. Well, anyway, it is 9:52, and I have to start getting ready for work, as I've realized now. Even though I really love to continue this conversation because it's great. Should move out for the party full of new. Oh, obviously you're going to clear your tutorial dungeon very quickly. True, makes sense. Continue another time? I really hope so. It's been great talking to you. Thank you for coming by. Really appreciate it. And thank you again for the follow. Oh, and for the tech help. Yes, thank you for that too. Before I forget. That was a big thing. All right, I hope to see you around, buddy. Later.